what you made me do. Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me ooh.
What's up, everybody, and welcome back. Today is Swift Sunday, and I'm going to be checking out. This is Jason and Travis Kelce. This is their podcast. I guess it's called New Heights. I've never watched it, but Taylor Swift is on there. So I had a couple people said, hey, I should check this out. I definitely wanted to because I know she talks about a lot of stuff. So I think it's going to be really cool. Maybe some information I haven't heard before. As far as I know, this is where she's going to talk about her new album as well, Life of a Showgirl. Can't wait for that. That is going to be amazing. We're going to have all the reactions here. But if you want to become a member today and see all of our content early, members area below, click on that. Also, I have another channel called Just to Johnny, exclusive content over there. All the content that goes to Just to Johnny goes to our members area first, but if you don't want to wait for it in the members area, or if you don't want to see it there, go to Just to Johnny, exclusive content, go check it out, link below. But this is Swift Sunday, and every Sunday we do Swift Sunday. That's why it's called Swift Sunday. Welcome. So if you haven't seen our Swift Sunday before, make sure you come back for it. Go check out our previous reactions to Taylor. If you haven't seen those, put a link up here or a card up here. You guys can check those out. But I'm going to check this out right now. I think it's going to be really cool seeing Taylor talk on the show here, see exactly what she goes over. So I'm going to do this over the next couple weeks. So make sure you guys come back and check it out. But I'm going to hop into it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below, and let's do it.
All right. Let's get to the part of this show that I think is what everybody is going to be talking about.
Do I get to say it? Do I get to say? I get to say the two words. Yes.
First of all, you can do whatever you want, Taylor. We're not going to review. This is very much whatever. I want to work within
the framework of the podcast. I'm a fan of the podcast.
Typically, we would allow the guest to say new news.
Yeah, I want to do it.
I think Taylor has a little bit of new news.
And then they're going to cut it. So this is pretty cool how this goes so far. Like I said, never seen this before.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 92%ers, we missed you. This is a very special episode of New Heights, a Wondery show. We are your hosts. I'm Travis Kelce. This is my big brother, Jason Kelce, out of Cleveland Heights, Ohio. Yeah, University
baby.
of Cincinnati grad, Cincy. Wow.
It's cool. They got their figurines back there behind them, and then they have TS, I guess, for Taylor Swift.
Let's go, Bearcats.
Cool.
Let's go, baby. Subscribe on YouTube, Wondery Plus, wherever you get your podcasts, and follow the show on all social media at New Heights Show with one S for fun clips throughout the week. Jason, we got a good one. Why don't you tell the people what we got coming up?
That's right. 92%ers, you may remember when we said New Heights wasn't coming back till August 27th. Well, that was a lie. Yep, that was a lie. And hopefully you can forgive us because we got, as Travis said, we have a very special episode today that we just simply could not turn down. That's right. This is a special preseason episode that we decided to bring to you a little early.
So let's not waste any of their time, Jason. Let's get right to it. You want to do the honors?
Our guest today is the singer, songwriter, producer, and director from Nashville,
It's cool how they cut that in there. That was like a clue.
Tennessee. That's bullshit. She is from Reading, Pennsylvania. She is the most awarded artist in the history of the American Music Awards, Billboard Music Awards, and iHeart Radio Music Awards. She has 14 Grammy Awards and is the only artist in the history to win Album of the Year 4 times. Last December, she wrapped up the Eras Tour, which spanned 149 shows across 51 cities, 5 continents, and was the most attended tour of all time. I'm still going. Hold on for him. Her last album, The Torture Poets Department, set a record with 1.76 billion streams globally within the first week alone.
All right.
And as a fan of that guy on the Chiefs, she has 19 wins, 2 AFC titles, and a Super Bowl. 92%ers, are you ready for it? Making your podcasting debut, the most aggressive guest in the history of shows, Taylor Swift!
That intro, Jason.
I'll tell you what, Jason killed the intro. He definitely did.
I've seen this before.
No, look, his soul has left his body.
Just breathe, Jason.
No, that was so good. Thank you.
I tried,
Thank you for screaming for like 47 seconds for me. That was so nice.
I'm shaking right now.
And the Eras Tour was amazing.
No, you did a
down
great
in Miami,
job.
it was awesome.
Deep breath, big guy.
Did I get everything? How much more could we have put in that? Like, I felt like that was
such an amazing intro, and also just like thanks for wearing the merch. That goes a long way. Just like immediately makes me feel comfortable just looking deeply into my own eyes.
Okay, all right. That's what I was going for.
It's a good t-shirt. I like it.
Thanks for having me. This is my first podcast.
This is amazing. Thank you for coming on.
What took you so long to jump on podcasts?
You know what? I was waiting for you guys to invite me. This is my favorite podcast.
So we've already been over this. You're a big fan of the show. You're a 92%er. What are your favorite segments that you hear Travis and I go into on a routinely basis?
I like new news just because of the screaming. Like I hear him screaming new news from across the house constantly. Yes. It's like my favorite part. Like he'll be like, new news, and I'm in the kitchen being like, new news. So I love that because of just the bellowing of it. Like I love No Dumb Questions.
That's a banger.
I really like it when you give people advice. It's kind of my personal favorite. Do
you usually agree with the advice, or do you just like listening to it?
I mean, I think that like you guys give such male-centric advice. It's which I think is just like just dudes who don't want drama. Yeah. Dudes who are trying to avoid the mess. But sometimes you're going to like do a bit and say the messiest thing that they could do, which is funny too. So we're going to ask the question everybody watching the show is currently asking. Why are you coming on the show? Why New Heights? What are you doing? You have so many better things to do with your time. This podcast has done a lot for me. I owe a lot to this podcast. This podcast got me a boyfriend ever since Travis decided to use it as his personal dating app about 2 years ago. So worked pretty good. Yeah. Hey. Were his friendship bracelets that good? Did you give the friendship bracelets, or was that just on the podcast? Like, I've never seen. Yeah, the original. They didn't leave the stadium because I was butthurt, Jason. He threw a tantrum. He threw a man tantrum. Get these out of here. It's so funny. It's my like plan is ruined. She loves me. She loves me not. She loves me. She loves me not. This is so wild. She hates me. Like, it was such a wild romantic gesture to just be like, I want to date you. Like on, I don't know. It was at first when I looked at it, I was like, this dude is. That's what it does when you're on the stage and you perform in Arrowhead. That's what it did. This dude didn't get a meet and greet. He's making it everyone's problem. That's what I thought at first. And then I was like, you come to Arrowhead, I get to meet you. That's the perk of playing for the Chiefs. You realize he didn't even reach out to our management. I was like, when this podcast came out, I was like, did he ever reach out to be like in the tents, or did we know he was in the building? He came with Pat. And he thought that because he knows the elevator lady that he could talk to her about just getting down to my dressing room. That's how it works. You just go. And I got denied. That's how it works in 1973. When the elevator wasn't invented. But he really just was like, I know a guy, I can figure this out. But I actually, when I thought about it, I was like, actually, we live in a day and age where like, I'm not an online person at all. I'm not like on social media like that. And like, I'm genuinely terrified to open my DMs. Smart. It's about, there's smoke coming out of my DMs. Like, I don't want to go near that. I don't know what's going on. If you want somebody to go through it, I'll go through it just because I'll laugh my ass off. It's like if you have like 20 million unread DMs, you're just like, not entertained? So this kind of felt more like I was in an 80s John Hughes movie and he was just like standing outside of my window with a boombox, just being like, I want to date you. Yeah. Do you want to go on a date with me? I made you a friendship bracelet. Do you want to date me? Just come outside and meet me. Just meet me once. Just give me a chance. So I was like, if this guy isn't crazy, which is a big if, this is sort of what I've been writing songs about wanting to happen to me since I was a teenager. Yeah. And I was sitting there at the Eras Tour listening to every single one of those songs like I know what she wants me to do. Yeah. I feel that. That's exactly what she wants me to do. She's like, this is just her wish list of like, meet me, please. Now I'm butthurt. Yeah. I'm upset that you didn't meet me, even though you didn't know I wanted to meet you because I didn't do any proper logistical planning. Who plans Typical nowadays? Kelsey. Typical Kelsey. It was wild. I mean, it worked out. But it worked. Looks like it worked out. I'm glad it worked. I'm just circling back to New Heights to say thank you for this. Yes. Look at this. I'm the luckiest man in the world. So yeah, and thank you to New Heights, all the editing. Jake, thank you for putting that on social media and letting it do its course. Hold on, before we move on, how did you know he wasn't crazy? Because that's the other side of that, right? Like a guy goes up there and professes his love for you. It's crazy, either Jason? One, it's like this could be the most romantic thing in the world. It can also be like crazy this is somebody. He is crazy, Jason. I mean, that could go either way. There's a right crazy. Yeah, he's the good kind of crazy. And I knew that he wasn't crazy the first couple of times that we talked. I was just like, he's truly getting to know me in a way that's very natural, very pure, very normal. Like also like just the way that he could make me laugh so immediately. About normal things. Travis is like, he's just a vibe booster in everyone's life that he's in. He's like a human exclamation point. Like, you know, he's like when you take a picture on your phone and you put the like,
way she
you
puts
push the
things.
enhance color button. That's like what you do to everyone's life.
I'm always
You
exclamations.
I
got a
use
lot of
so many more
exclamations.
exclamation points now, but I think it was just like you're so non-judgmental about people. And you were not judgmental about the fact that I knew nothing about the world you were in.
It was the best.
You were nice. You were so nice.
I got a clean slate.
You were like, thank you.
You get a clean slate.
She doesn't know any of my bad stuff.
Are you kidding me?
Jason, on our first date, I legitimately asked him what it was like when the Chiefs played the Eagles in the Super Bowl and he looked across the field, across the line of scrimmage and saw his brother standing on the other, like 5 feet in front of him on the field.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Didn't happen.
he was, and he didn't even look at me. Like, I now know what an insane question that was. He was like, actually, I'm on the offense, and my brother's on the offense, and I'm only on the field at the same time as the defense. I thought everyone was out there at the same time. I thought that the quarterbacks.
I mean, that's how you played it on the playground growing up. So I understand if you hadn't like.
No, you
really
don't understand. I thought it was
right.
like Jared Goff is here and Josh Allen's here. And they're going to be like, they blow a whistle and then they go at each other and they're like, and it's like, who's going to win?
That's actually.
I would love to see Jared Goff play some defense. Let's see Jared Goff on defense.
I've got some ideas. I've got some thoughts. Yeah. I didn't know what a first down was. I didn't know what the chains were. I didn't know what a tight end was.
I am forever thankful for you diving into the football world wholeheartedly.
Oh my God. I fell in love with it. I became obsessed with it. I became like a person who was running through the halls of my house screaming, "We drafted Xavier Worthy." And my friends are like, who body snatched you? What do you mean we drafted Xavier Worthy?
I forget where I was, but you were the first person to tell me that we drafted the fastest man in the draft.
No, I was screeching. I couldn't believe it. I was freaking out. We're talking about like.
I'm like, wait,
she probably like knows more about football than like anybody in the world now.
Did she get the wrong information here? But yeah, we traded up.
We're talking about cover 2, cover 4, cover 0, man cover. We're talking. We're learning. I continue to learn.
Maybe somebody else that even knows what those coverages are.
Yeah, I'm not ready to be an analyst right now. Give me 16 months.
The next endeavor, she'll be an NFL coach.
I'm telling you, you would ask some of the best questions when we were up in the booth, and there's like your desire to learn more, but your genuine excitement around it, as well as like your competitiveness.
She's not fucking around. No, Tay's not fucking around.
Oh my God.
She's not fucking around.
Reclaiming Masters. You want to tee this up, Trav?
Let's tee it up. One of my favorite things this summer was Taylor reclaiming her Masters.
That's
Her
awesome.
recording of her first 6 albums finally became hers.
Yep.
And
That's so
you haven't
cool.
really
She was able to do
talked about it. You made that beautiful post on all your social channels, thanking everyone that made it happen and everything. But why don't you tell the 92%ers how it really felt?
Oh, wow. So to catch anyone up who doesn't know about this saga, like I signed a record deal when I was 15, and I always kind of refer to it as I got my music back this summer, but I never owned my music at all. So traditionally, a lot of record deals are set up in a way that artists don't own what's called their master recordings. Owning your master recordings means that you have complete control and power over distribution, licensing, and essentially the way your legacy is shaped. It's a huge thing. It's always been a huge thing for me. Like since I was a teenager, I've been actively saving up money to buy my music back and to ever own it in the first place, because it's usually the label that owns it. But I've always wanted this to happen. So
she changed the industry for everybody.
My music has been sold a few times. The first time that it was sold, it really ripped my heart out of my chest. And I told everybody exactly how that felt for me and what I was going through. And I started basically defiantly re-recording my music because I wanted to own it. And this was the only way I thought it was ever going to happen. And so
I knew she had a bad kid, and she's just got a little bit of a bad kid.
Yeah,
it's not a bad kid. That's a freaking savvy kid. That's what that is. That's like, hey,
I've been told I've been defiant a lot of times.
Well, you
in my
are
life,
defiant.
so.
You're very defiant.
It's like
Insubordinate, Travis.
It wasn't being defiant. It was,
it's I think
doing
for me,
what you wanted.
you know, that was the closest I ever thought I would get to owning my music. And so re-recording my music, it was so exciting to get to have that opportunity. But there was still like, I thought about not owning my music every day. It was something that I never was, it's like an intrusive thought that I had every day. And so we do the Eras tour. After the Eras tour, I had a meeting with my team and we decided this might be a good time to approach the current owners of it. The owners of it was a private equity firm called Shamrock Capital. I knew them to be above board people. You know, they had been very friendly to us. What I was looking to do, though, was I wanted to buy my music outright. I don't want to be in a partnership.
Yeah.
I don't want to own 30% of it. I want to own all of it.
Yeah, and you deserve that.
But it was a long shot to think that they would do that they would sell that asset to me.
It's a big asset.
It's a huge decision for them to make to sell that to anyone, including me. I decided that rather than this be like a business conversation, I'm in the business of human emotion. I would so much rather lead heart first in something like this, because for me, this is not, oh, I want to own this asset because of its returns, because if it's, you know, because of the dividends that I will receive over the years.
She wanted it because it was hers.
I want it because this is my handwritten diary entries from my whole life. These are the songs I wrote about every phase of my life. This is my photography, my music videos, most of which I funded. You know, my artwork, everything that I've ever done is in this catalog. And so rather than send lawyers or management like in a big crew, I sent my mom and my brother, who I work with, to LA, and they
Amazing
sat down
idea.
and they like, this happens. I don't ever really talk about it because it's they sat down with Shamrock Capital and they told them what this meant for me. Like, this is, they told them the whole story of all the times we've tried to buy it, all the times it's fallen through, all the times we had gotten plans together and figured out something we thought was going to work and it didn't at the last minute. And so like my mom calls me afterwards. She's like, look, you know, they were wonderful. They heard us out. We have no idea which way they're going to go with this. And so I was like, I get it. I haven't gotten my hopes up about this in a decade. And so it was a couple months after the Super Bowl. We're in Kansas City. And I get a call from my mom and she's like, you got your music. And so sorry that it's literally been so long since this happened. It's every time I talk about it. She was like, you got your music. And I just like very dramatically hit the floor for real. Like honestly, just started
It's been a long time coming.
bawling my eyes out. And I'm just like, just weeping and kind of like unable. I was just like, really? Really? What do you mean? What do you mean?
No
And
way.
I'm like, get yourself together, get your shit together. Like, just go tell Travis in a normal way.
Yeah.
And I knock
bet
on the
that
door.
didn't
He's
happen.
playing video games. And I'm trying to say it in a normal way. And I'm just like, Travis!
I'm like, oh no, what just happened?
And he puts his headset down. He's like, guys, gotta go. And I think you thought something was wrong. And you come up and I'm just like, I got all my music back. And then just start absolutely heaving,
just dead
crying.
weight, losing
Dropped.
all control.
Had no power in my legs to support myself. And
That's
yeah,
awesome.
this changed my
She's been
life.
working for him so long.
I can't believe it still. Every time I think about it, it's like I have to tell the short version to everyone because it is still like this will affect the rest of my life. I think about this every day now, but instead of it being like an intrusive thought that hurts me, it's, I can't believe this happened. Like, how lucky am I? How grateful am I? I'm so grateful to like the artists that helped me with my re-records, because when I did my re-records, I started doing those in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of, like, most of the industry trades were like, this is a bad idea. This is her sort of derailing her career in a way. Nobody's interested in you doing the same album twice. Fans are not going to be engaged with this. This is not going to go well for her.
Somebody
How'd that work out?
And it was
they
like,
were completely
I
wrong.
still was able to like reach out to friends of mine, like Phoebe Bridgers, Keith Urban, Maren Morris, Chris Stapleton, you know, Haley Williams from Paramore, Fall Out Boy, like all these absolutely incredible artists that like shape who I am as an artist. And they like agreed to be a part of the re-records. And one of the only people I told before this happened was like, I called Phoebe Bridgers and I was just like, and she's like, did you just say what I think you said? I was like, yeah. And so this has just been like, I'm so grateful for it. It's just unbelievable. And I was so happy you were there when that happened.
I mean, because
I could not stand.
Yeah. I mean, I started crying too. You know, I'm a
you
crier.
were weeping.
I was just so happy for you because I've seen how you make music. I've seen how you make these videos, seen the effort and the focus and the strategy behind what just one album in Torture Poets Department and in Fortnite. And I was blown away that you had been doing this your entire life. And for, you know, your first 6 albums, you weren't given the rights to all of that. Mm-hmm. And I know what that looked like. And I know how much it burned you that you didn't have that and you didn't have your creation. Mm-hmm. And I think doing it the right way, creating the fan base that you did the right way, and leading your life in a direction that you were eventually going to get it back somehow, some way, because of you always doing things with the right intentions. So
thanks.
So how does music ownership, this is so crazy to me. So you wrote these songs, you sang these songs, you put everything into them. And don't get me wrong, there's publishing companies, people that support artists out there, but how does ownership of music even work? Like when you recorded these songs when you were 16, right? Is that like the singer
Can you dumb
gets
it
a
down
portion?
to us 93%?
Yeah.
The singer gets a certain portion, the artist gets or the songwriter gets a certain portion, and then the publishing company gets a certain portion?
Okay, so that's a great question. And there's 2 main categories that we're talking about here.
Just asked. Go ahead.
So master recordings is the actual recording.
Yes.
It's the actual vocal, band, production, mixing, mastering, that actual thing.
Yes.
I love how Taylor's breaking it down
mine
for us.
also included my album artwork, my music videos, everything that went along with any era of music that I had done for my first 6 albums.
Got it.
Every era.
That's great.
So then there's another category, which is publishing.
Yes.
I own my publishing, which is why, you know, I have control over, you know, if my song is used in a film, I wanted them to use Taylor's version instead of the original version, the songwriter, can decide that.
Got it. Okay.
You know, and so it's like,
Noted.
I've always been very lucky because my publishing was protected. A lot of artists have their publishing sold away from them, or they sell their publishing. And and a lot of artists, it may not be important to them. It was always important for me. The publishing aspect of it has always been something I've had firmly in place, which is great because my songwriting is the core of why I do this, why I love it so much, and what I think has made anything happen in my career at all.
Greatest songwriter of all time.
That's very nice of you to say that. It's like, says her boyfriend.
Says a lot of people.
Basically, then you have the master recordings side of things. Now, this is a discussion that was not really brought up amongst the artist communities, especially not with fans. This was all kind of industry centric and kind of boring contract stuff that like fans were not speaking about. Sure. And so one thing that I think is really great that has come about because of this is that I have so many new artists come up to me now and say, hey, I didn't even know this was a thing. Yeah. And when I went to go and negotiate for my record deal, I negotiated to have my masters revert back to me after a certain amount of years, or that I own them outright. And
she changed the industry.
It's not for everyone. Everybody. Not everyone cares about this. Artist to artist, artists have different priorities. Some artists sell off all their masters because everyone's allowed to have their own priorities. What I wanted, though, is that if I were to put the information out about what I went through, at least it gets artists talking about this to decide whether this is a priority for them. Because you can't know if it's a priority for you unless you know what has come before you and what has happened. And so the master recordings thing, that's your actual ownership of your recordings. To put it in perspective, if I never would have been able to buy back my music, one day someone else would be leaving all of my music from my first 6 albums to their kids in their will.
Right. Yeah.
And you think about it like that, it's like, I thought of it, I made it, I recorded it, I paid for most of those music videos. You know, I wanted an opportunity to buy that back. And that was important to me.
You feel like they're yours. They should be yours.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you think it was easier for you to do, one, because just you talking about this, you're so aware of the business side of this and the legal like you're more aware than I think probably most artists are. But being a
woman in the world,
it's crazy. Being a songwriter,
says her boyfriend,
smartest woman in the world.
You being the songwriter, being the singer, owning the publishing rights, being able to re-record songs, that gave you leverage and able to make this move, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that was it. And also, you know, in my contract, they didn't put a clause in that said I couldn't re-record because nobody was doing it and nobody thought that was a good idea.
Right.
So, and also like, who would be that stubborn? Like who would be that petty?
This badass kid over here.
That they would record every single thing
so badass.
over and over again.
What was your favorite one?
Not just that. Hold on, Bill. But not just that. Who has a fan base that's going to listen to the same album twice in a row?
It's a good point, Jason. It's a good point.
Like honestly, and this is where they missed it. You had
if you make
this
a third
diehard
1989, I'll listen to that
already
one too.
built.
That's the thing is the fans.
You told a story with the second time you released this album, right? And the fans got behind that narrative, and they're like, "Screw the first album. We're rolling with the re-recorded album because we're supporting the artist."
They were like, "We ride at dawn." Like, and it was amazing because you know they're the reason why the re-records worked out. Yeah. They're the reason I was able to purchase my music back because they came to the Eras tour, and basically they're the reason why any of this worked out. And I also want to note that like the other people who are like, we ride at dawn, my live band, they played on all the re-records. It's like, you want to know why they sound so perfect on the Eras tour. They played on all those records. Like they're session musicians too. And that's how good they are. And I'm so impressed just by their ability and their dexterity as musicians to be able to do that so convincingly because they're actually there's the Taylor's version's one I kind of prefer a lot of that stuff. I think it sounds incredible, but I'm happy to have all of it.
So that leads me to the next question, Tay. Now that you own all of it, you have the re-recordings, you have the original recordings. What should we listen to? Like what do I roll with? Does it matter?
Choice.
You're just like whatever you guys want.
Both of them.
It's really whatever you guys want because I love both of them. I would not have put out the re-records if I didn't think that they held up or were better. I think a lot of the vocals I did on the re-records are better than the originals.
Ooh.
Okay.
But it's like if you found a nostalgia in the originals, and that was what you were listening to when you were 12 years old, bopping around in your bedroom, go crazy.
Yeah.
We got them all.
I'm going to start doing comparisons. That's what I got to do. I just got to start doing comparisons.
Yeah.
You're going to listen to every beat.
Yeah.
You're certainly, it's not mandatory, Jason.
I mean, it sounds like a good time.
I'll say this. There's a few good playlists out there that have a mixture of them all.
You've been streaming?
Yes.
Thank you.
I've been streaming for about 2 years now.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. That's why we got that spike. In the 35-year-old male demographic.
Right.
Yes, that 1.7 billion, that was at least 1 billion of those, for sure.
We have one IP address from one iPhone that continually is listening to this thing. Did you have a favorite album that you re-recorded that, like, are there different eras that you liked recording more, re-recording?
I really liked them all, but I think Red was very special. There were songs that I called From the Vault songs, and there was one which I think is maybe my favorite song I've ever written called All Too Well, the 10-minute version, where I unearthed.
It was really cool.
There were originally so many more verses in that song than ended up being on the album that I had put out when I originally put out Red. I made the glorious fortuitous mistake of saying that to my fans in an interview.
Words.
You know what those words mean.
I love it.
You're so handsome. So basically, I said that in an interview to my fans, and they just like hung on to it. They were like, where's the 10-minute version? Give us the 10-minute version.
Yeah.
And when it came time to doing Taylor's version and re-recording the album, I went back in, found the verses, restructured the song to the way that it pretty much was when I had originally written it, put them back in. And that song is one of my favorite things I've ever done. And it was when we were on the Eras tour, I'm watching people just like cathartically scream this song to the point where I'm like, do you need to go to the hospital? Like it was so passionate, the fan response to that song at the Eras tour. And I remember thinking so many times, like, what if this never happened? Like, what if I never had to
it's one of the most iconic parts of that tour.
Crazy.
It was so fun. And so like, it really did make me fall back in love with that album specifically. I have a song with Phoebe Bridgers that I really love on that, From the Vault. Chris Stapleton was a part of it as well. And I think that one, I've always loved Fearless in 1989 in a very pure way. But Red, I've kind of gone back and forth over the years and been like, like that re-recording it made me just be like, oh God, I love that album. I have no complicated feelings about that. I wouldn't have done anything different. Maybe except to include the original version.
But I tell you what, this is really cool. I'm enjoying this so much because, a lot of the stuff I've watched is, people talking about Taylor with some snippets here with Taylor Swift in there. But this is 2 hours of Taylor. So like I said, I'm going to do a couple different episodes, but this is 2 hours of Taylor coming straight from her mouth, telling us exactly how she felt, telling us exactly what happened, and stuff like that. That's really cool. We're getting the story, exactly the way it went from Taylor. And it's cool to hear all this stuff and how it went down, and that she sent her mom and her brother to talk to Shamrock and, just kind of talk to them and let them know that, hey, this is what it means to her. Instead of coming from Taylor, it came from them. It came from two people that love Taylor so much, and explaining the feelings that she has behind these albums and stuff like that, which is really cool. Another really cool thing is to see, Travis sitting there, supporting Taylor. And when she found out that she got her music back, she was able to go in there and have him there with her, to be there with her in that moment. That had to be like so comforting to her. And, that had to be everything to her, is that she was able to walk into that room and have that person there with her in that moment. That's amazing. And it's really cool to see how they interact with each other here on camera and everything like that. You can see they are truly, there for each other 100%, and it's awesome to see. But Taylor's amazing. She's smart, she's passionate, and she said she did it, maybe people thought she was being petty or something like that. I don't think she was. I think the companies that kept selling her music were the ones being petty. If she's willing to buy it, why not sell it to her? It just seems like they didn't want to, but she was able to get it back at the end of the day, which is really cool. I'm so happy that she did. She was able to get those albums back. And like she said, listen to whichever one you want to listen to. It doesn't make a difference now, which is amazing. And I think it's really cool because now you can go back and you can listen to Taylor when she recorded them as younger Taylor, and then listen to her now when she re-recorded them with the difference in vocals. Because there's going to be a little bit of difference in vocals, which is really cool. It's awesome. But you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. I thoroughly enjoyed that. If you like that video, make sure you hit the like button. These are going to be on Patreon first, so if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out the other episodes on Patreon. But if you're not part of J2R family, hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys, everybody, for watching, and I'll see you next time.